So you're getting ready to move to Boulder and you've got about $1 million to spend. I do not want you looking at houses online. Nope, I want you to skip that step. I know that sounds kind of crazy coming from a realtor who works in Boulder, but you're gonna get it wrong if you don't follow this order of events. First and foremost, understand Boulder, then understand the houses. And what I mean by that is Boulder can be the most misunderstood places when you look online. I'm Michael with Lovato Properties, and I'm here to help you understand the town and the county before you understand what house you should buy. If you're moving to Boulder looking at something like this, you got to stick around. I've had people move here from Texas expecting they're going to get a bunch of land. Folks are coming here from California and they're thinking, I've got a ton of money to spend. It's going to go super far. And then I get people from Chicago sometimes saying, man, I want that walkable lifestyle. Let me land where I can walk to everything. But really, the misunderstanding comes from thinking that you can get something other than what $1 million buys you in Boulder. It's very different. We're going to dive into exactly what that means. So the first thing that people get wrong when they move to Boulder is they think that the $1 million is going to buy you the house itself, the walls, the size, the yard. But that's not necessarily the case. When you come here with $1 million to spend, you're buying the Boulder lifestyle. And that means you're buying into various aspects of outdoor adventure, easy access to trails, beauty, the views, the schools, Boulder Valley School District, all of our great private schools, all of those offerings, as well as the world-class dining, good access to world-class entertainment as well. So you're buying into that lifestyle. So the $1 million can actually feel shrunken if you're coming from various parts of the country. And so if I really kind of click on what I'm talking about, it comes down to, first and foremost, you need to decide what those 3 or 2 non-negotiables are as far as lifestyle. Really, what do you want to do? Where do you want to live? And then here's some real world examples that don't fit into those Zillow or online filters when you're searching. Can my kids ride or walk to school? Can I run out the door to Mount Sanitas? Or can I ride my bike from home to all of the great gravel or those road bike rides or even the mountain bike trails? Can I do that? Also, the question is, can I get to the best coffee shop? And I'm not talking Starbucks, no knock to Starbucks, but we have local shops that people want to be able to stroll up to and experience that local Boulder vibe. So does the home afford me easy access to that? These are some examples. Also, while Boulder Valley School District is an open enroll program, you kind of also want to figure out if your kids, if you have them, which school they want to go to, which style. And we have a whole series where we talk about the elementary schools here in town, but you could be doing a dual language or a STEM focus or anything like that. There's so many. So you want to also factor that in, where you want to be as far as the ease and the convenience of commuting. So let's talk about expectations. What does the $1 million price point actually offer you in Boulder? And I'll stop you right now and say, this is not luxury. Some parts of our county and our town here in Boulder, luxury doesn't actually start until about $3.5 million. It's staggering where you can say, all right, a 1.5, 2.5, even some $3 million homes are not luxurious. They're not truly luxury. So when I say that, it just kind of orients that $1 million is going to get you a great house. It is more of a starter home here in town. So what that can look like in various neighborhoods, if you spend $1 million in a centrally located part of town with great access to those trails, schools, Pearl Street, bike access, everything, you might be in a 1,000 square foot home. You might be in a 1,000 square foot home with a 1.5 bath, a 1-car garage possibly, and 3 small bedrooms. And that's a real example of something here in 2026 where you're going to get that. You're going to see $1 million on that exact home. The other thing that you might find is that if you're looking a little bit further out, down towards South Boulder or Martin Acres is a great example, your $1 million goes a lot further. Martin Acres is an area of town where $1 million is going to get you probably double what I just described. $1 to $1.1 million, about 2,800 square feet, more like 3 to 4 bathrooms and 5, even 6 bedrooms. So a little bit more in Martin Acres at that $1 to $1.1 million price point. It is very different. And then of course, as you start to go a little bit further outside the epicenter of Boulder, you're going to see more. But don't forget, it's not uncommon to find some nice finishes on a townhome or an attached dwelling where you're going to spend $985,000 for approximately 1,800 square feet and really roundabout 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, maybe 4 bedrooms, 3 bath for a townhome. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And the home I just described is pretty commonly found up in the Holiday neighborhood or even Dakota Ridge on the north part of town as you go Broadway towards leaving town. So I've covered a little bit of some Central Boulder, some South Boulder, some Martin Acres, and as well as North Boulder. But let's talk about some of the areas that might actually just be out of your range if you're looking for more home. If you're looking for a decent space with at least 3 bedrooms and a single family, you're going to be off limits if you're looking at the Newlands. Realistically, if you're looking at Mapleton Hill, if you're looking at some of these more historic areas, Chautauqua, you're not going to be able to find what you're looking for $1 million. If, on the other hand, you're thinking, hey, I'm fine with just 2 bedrooms, 2 bath and a condo, well, that's easy. You can stay under $1 million for that. And you can also get really great locations on pretty good finishes in that zone of $1 million. It is doable, but you have to, again, adjust. Are you looking for outside lifestyle? Are you looking for, an example being sitting on Mapleton Hill and being able to walk to Ideal Market, walk to Pearl Street, walk to Sanitas, walk to North Boulder Park? That $1 million in that little zone, it's going to get you a townhome, maybe a duplex. Not a whole lot of privacy, but you can enjoy all those amenities of Boulder. Another spot that often gets overlooked is East Boulder. So if you just pop out a little bit to the east, you're going to find more options there for a little bit larger lot and even a little bit larger home. Again, $1 million isn't going to get you everything you want, but it will give you some opportunity. And we're talking some of the spots like Fraser Meadows and also even the other side of Arapahoe Ridge, the other side of Foothills Highway. Good access out there, so you don't want to overlook that. People that spend time there really love it. They find themselves hitting those East Boulder trails and those South Boulder trails if you're a runner, and then also having easy access to Denver if you're a work from home type of person, not a work from home, but a work in Denver type of person, or if you're traveling a bit. So East Boulder, I think you will have options there. And if we're in that zone, let's talk about outside of the city limits. You leave city of Boulder, but you stay in the access point of Boulder County, you have great options. And now all of a sudden, the $1 million really goes a lot further. And I want you guys to factor in, if you think about Louisville, Lafayette, Longmont, those 3 L's are really great cities where you're going to have awesome opportunities to experience great Boulder County lifestyle, Boulder Valley schools, trails, running, great food, all of that stuff, good family environment, good even downtowns and old towns for some outdoor, or not outdoor, but some evening entertainment. So if you want to explore those, the $1 million does go quite a bit further. If I rank them down, you're going to say Louisville's going to have more for $1 million, then Lafayette, then Longmont. And again, this comes back to when you guys come here looking for a home, you want to analyze first and foremost, what does my outside the home life look like? What do I want? Then we figure out what home fits into that budget for that space. Here's a question for you, and I want you to answer in the comments. If you had to pick one of these 4 things, what would it be? A giant kitchen, great views, walkability, or lots of land? Which one registers as the priority for you? And then let's talk about this. This is a great story. I had some folks reach out to me and they said, look, we don't care where we are in Boulder. We want to be around $1 million and we really want to be able to have great walkability. They did actually come from Chicago and they wanted to be able to hit up those shops, coffee shops, restaurants, and just really feel like they could cruise over on foot to the grocery store. So we started casting the net out pretty wide. And once we saw a bunch of homes that were really attractive in that $1 million price point, the buyers realized, I need to raise the budget. I can't actually be out in these areas where the homes are great, but I'm a mile too far. So we settled in the Newlands. We bumped the price tag up to about 1.3 and they can walk everywhere. They're ecstatic. A little bit smaller house, tons of character, but they walk everywhere they want to go. Great stuff. So we've talked a lot about where you can get certain things for $1 million, but what about where we started initially, that this isn't the luxury price point? We sort of have some categories in Boulder anyway, where you go from normal or normal Boulder to low-level luxury, luxury, and then ultra luxury. And the ultra luxury is for a whole nother video. That's kind of shockingly $10 million and above. And we are seeing 10, 11, 12, 15, $25 million homes listed in Boulder. But let me tell you, another video, because that is all about the land and the features and all that fun stuff. When you look at what's actually in that $3 to $6 or $3 to $8 million price point, that's our true luxury. That's where you can come in and say, I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm getting a great location. I'm getting great finishes. It's a beautiful interior, great outside, and I have also that great location. And the real kicker is here, if you were to just kind of dial it down and you wanted the perfect, say 6,000 square foot home with a pool, views, tons of space, 3-car garage, and you want to spend $2 million bucks, well, you've got to be out in Lafayette. And that's awesome. It's going to be a great home, totally awesome. But that same house in town, city limits, with some walkability, well, that one's going to probably be about $6 million. It could be a little more, it could be a lot more, it could be a little less. So that's just an example of where we dial in and find sort of the perfect fit. And also, just to leave you a little less vague, if you are kind of talking about where some of those homes are in Boulder, where you pay that premium and you gain that extra privacy, that extra lot size, well, pretty commonly you're going to see that in Chautauqua, Flagstaff area, where you're really close to those Flatirons. Then you're also going to have that down in Mapleton Hill, where you have this beautiful hill. The hill gives you views. Pretty exceptional. There's also another strip called Sunset, which is sort of an unknown spot just off of Whittier, where you have a slope, good views. Again, that's always a theme. And then another spot where you will find some of that high-end luxury stuff is in various pockets of the Newlands, because you can get a half to full acre lot and you're super close to the foothills. So those are the spots where you're really going to mostly see those luxury spots. So to summarize, the biggest and best advice I could give you is don't start shopping online. Sure, you can browse, you can window shop, but don't get serious online. Before you start really trying to figure out where you want to be in Boulder, reach out. I love doing this, talking specifically about what your ideal Saturday looks like, or what your ideal Wednesday looks like. Let's find out how you want to live. Wherever you are, let's figure out how that looks best here in Boulder. It's a passion of mine, and we can dive in then from that and figure out exactly where you need to be. From there, we can see if it's practical or reasonable for you to get in there at all. But this is the first step. Don't go through all the filters. Come to us and figure out that town and let us show you where you can live your lifestyle. So I can't tell you how many times folks have actually done just the opposite, where they identify a neighborhood or a house from somewhere else. They come in and they realize when they get there, that's not the house, or sorry, that's not the neighborhood they wanted. And then the flip-flop is true. People have come in here thinking, oh my gosh, I need to exactly be in this spot. And once they have a full view of all those lifestyle perks, they can just come in with everything they've got and stay focused right there and avoid even spending time looking elsewhere. The bottom line is you have so many great options, and it's really hard to make a poor decision, but it's a lot of money. It's a huge investment, and we want you to be fully educated before you pull that trigger. So if this sounds like you, someone that really wants to make sure they have the perfect set of lifestyle circumstances around their house and that certain lifestyle, that community, or that vibe, you should reach out. I'm Michael with Lovato Properties, and we would love to help you make that lifestyle a reality in the right house. Does that make sense? You can cut that part out. Of course it makes sense. And no one's answering. Walkability or land. I remember the fourth. Dang it, Courtney. Okay.